Are you trying to improve your public speaking skills? Is English your second language or third or fourth language? Are you tired of making the same mistakes over and over again and not being able to adopt the American accent and really improve your communication skills in American English? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then this video is for you. Today, I will be sharing tips on how you can manipulate the message and catch the listener's ear so that you can take control of your communication skills and really control the message and the meaning behind what you're saying without focusing so much on the smaller details like the pronunciation or the vocabulary. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching. There's something that you need to know about the American accent. We use something called intonation. If you're a musician, you might be familiar with this term, but intonation really refers to the use of your voice to deliver your message. And there are a few different ways in which we can manipulate our voice to convey different meaning and to emphasize different parts of the sentence, parts of a word. In doing so, changes the perception and the emotion behind what we're saying and how it is received. So we do this in 3 different ways. Okay, so intonation is comprised of 3 main components. Number 1, getting loud. When your voice gets louder, you are emphasizing the parts of the sentence that you want the listener to really hear. Number 2, you get longer. Okay, you stretch out the vowel sound to really stretch things out and add further emphasis to those words and parts of the sentence. This is a key component of the American accent, and it's not something that you hear in every language, but it's definitely something in American English that we utilize to really add additional stress and bring attention to what we are talking about. Number 3, we use inflection and pitch variation to really manipulate and change the emotion behind what we are saying. What does that mean? Well, pitch variation is simply just the change in how high, or low your voice is. And we do this throughout the sentence and throughout expressions and even within words. If you want to add extra emphasis to a word, your voice might come up. But if you're reaching the end of a sentence, your voice usually comes down. If you are comparing and contrasting 2 different things, you might go up for each one. If you're asking a question, your voice would definitely go up. If you're asking a yes or no question, you're giving, again, 2 options, this or that, yes or no, salad or soup. Okay, so I'm placing equal stress by having the same pitch for both. That gives the listener the clue that, okay, it's either one or the other. So now that we've covered these 3 different qualities to intonation and how to use your voice to manipulate the message, you might be asking, well, how do I know when to do this? And does every sentence use the same formula with stress and pitch variation and loudness and stretching? Well, I wish it were that easy. There are some rules of thumb that you can follow, but a lot of times it really comes down to personal preference and your personality and the kind of emotion that you are trying to convey. Some key points that you can hold on to and take away from this video is that when it comes to making a statement, typically we start with our pitch high and we end the statement with our voice coming down low. And not like so low out of your comfort zone. You want to stay within your normal baseline, comfortable pitch range. Okay, so I'm not going to be like, oh, and I'm not going to come down low like this because that's not really within my normal speaking range. You're just going to stay within whatever's normal for you. And everyone's baseline and, starting point is going to be different. It differs person to person, gender to gender, between age ranges as well. So this is not something that you can compare between yourself and someone else. It is something that you can pay attention to, and you can see how other people utilize pitch to convey meaning and emotion. But you don't want to try to match the same note all the time or the same frequency. It's more about the inflection and momentum of your voice going up and coming down. Another key point you want to keep in mind is that when you are asking a question, your voice typically comes up. Okay, so there is inflection at the end of a sentence, usually when you are asking someone, where, how, why, when, who, what. Okay, so when you ask a question beginning with those words, typically your voice will go up. Another key point and takeaway is that within sentences, your voice typically goes up, gets louder, and stretches sounds on the words that you want to stress. And those words are usually the key words, the words that are introducing new information. Those are typically nouns. They might be verbs, right? If there are no nouns, it might be the adjective. It really just depends all on the context of the sentence and which parts of the sentence that you want to emphasize. This sometimes can be a struggle for people who are reading material that they are unfamiliar with because they don't know what's coming and they don't know what to expect. Therefore, they're not sure which parts of the sentence to stress. So if you are working on this, I would strongly suggest starting with your own words and your own writing and trying to practice intonation by using material that you are familiar with. Then you can take these components and apply it to material that you are unfamiliar with, such as reading from a book or reading an article or a news story, or even Instagram captions or scripts from a TV show or a movie. I would always just suggest that before you jump right into a sentence, give yourself a few seconds to just glance through and see where is the speaker going with this, how long is the sentence, what's the punctuation that they're using, and what are the key terms that are really standing out to me that I want to make sure I give enough emphasis and provide that intonation. But let's put all of these components into practice. I'm going to read a clip from a news story that was published from NBC News. Actually, it was published an hour ago, and I will type the text in the description box down below. So listen carefully and pay attention to the parts of the sentence where my voice gets louder, where my sounds get longer, and where my pitch changes, where it goes up and where it comes down. Here we go. A New York City hospital has created recharge rooms to give doctors, nurses, and other staff a place to recover from the stress of the coronavirus pandemic. Let's try that one more time. A New York City hospital has created recharge rooms to give doctors, nurses, and other staff a place to recover from the stress of the coronavirus pandemic. Maybe those two readings back to back have slight variations, and that's perfectly fine. It's up to me to decide how much I inflect, but for the most part, you can really hear which parts of the sentence stands out, okay? So my voice came up at the beginning of the sentence when I was stating what city, right? A New York City what? Hospital has created recharge rooms. So again, my voice comes up. It's emphasizing the name of these rooms, recharge rooms, to give who? Doctors, nurses, and other staff what? A place to recover from what? The stress of what? The coronavirus pandemic. So you can see how along the way, I'm really just stressing all of the key words, right? All of the nouns, all of the things, the names, the places, the people. That's where my intonation is really coming into play. If you can't see what I'm reading, you're still able to follow along. You are still able to understand where the story is taking place, what it's about, who it's impacting. You know the name of the room that they came up with, simply because I got your attention by using my voice. The next thing you're going to want to do after maybe listening to me read that sentence a few times is practice on your own. Make time every single day to read 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines from a news story or a book or any material that you enjoy reading, and perhaps something that's relevant to what you do for work or what you're studying in school, or something that's close to your heart that you care a lot about. Practice reading these things out loud so that you feel more confident and comfortable incorporating these techniques so that you can carry over into your real day-to-day life and situations. All right, well, that sums things up for this video. It was a little bit of an insight on how you can improve your communication skills, your public speaking skills in American English, and how to incorporate components of the American accent and specifically intonation that maybe you didn't know about or you weren't sure of how to use. Let me know your thoughts and if this information helps you and if this is something that you have tried working on but maybe didn't have much success with. Give me ideas and suggestions on future videos that you would like to see from me. Can't wait to see you in the next one, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.